Spurs has caused a big stir throughout the Premier League, causing rivals to be rattled. And it's from Tottenham signing Mateus Fernandes. Let's get straight into it.
Box
Another
office.
bomber from your Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein yesterday. Mateus Fernandes is coming to Spurs, beating the likes of Manchester United, Liverpool, and big teams in the Premier League, as well as Europe, looking for his signature this season. The main part of this video is this signing has caused ruptions in social media, where big YouTubers are now saying, I'm worried about Tottenham. There's always a moment in time where you watch Tottenham and you can see that we have been hated for a very long time. There's an undertone that you see with lots of rivals. They feel like we're the little dog that you keep down and you pat them when they get a bit loud. But right now, that little dog seems to be barking very, very loud. We're acting like we've never acted before. Yeah, we have shown that potential of acting like someone that is going to threaten the top six, but we've never acted like a team that is actually going to go out and act like a top six club that is looking to threaten to get into that top six and actually shaking it with its core. And it's from this transfer window you're seeing it right now. Now, I'm not going to talk about my feelings on the players right now because that will be on another video. What the main part of this video is that the interesting thing is the reaction from the rivals. The Spurs fans, you know what they're like. They'll take a crumb, they'll take a half of an apple pie, and they'll run with it. But rivals, the interesting thing is the rivals, especially from the Chelsea and Manchester United fans. Their reaction to this signing shows that you should have relegated us last season to the Championship. And that was the concern that was throughout social media. If Tottenham Hotspur, which they have done, stayed up, the potential of the club moving forward could cause ruptions in the top six. And with this signing of Mateus Fernandes, it looks like it's caused a lot of ruptions with rivals right now. The first one that you got to talk about is Mark Goldbridge. Ironically, was ranting. Oh, ranting, sorry. Is that a bad thing? Need to be humble, some of these Spurs fans that have called me out. But moving on, then I see Roy Jennings saying the same thing, saying it's very worrying. And I don't think it's just that. A team that has just got out by relegation by the skin of their teeth is now getting the likes of Senesi in, was a top defender at Bournemouth, an experienced defender in Addy Robertson, a top defender in Jan Paul van Heck from Brighton, and then bringing in the Bravka, and then now bringing in Mateus Fernandes. And the potential of Tonali as well from Newcastle adds to the potential of this next season being an absolutely great season ahead for Tottenham. And with the tutelage of Roberto De Zerbi at the helm, it looks like Tottenham have that glass ceiling, that high ceiling is going to be reached, hopefully in the next couple of years. There's another argument to this as well. And people might not like this one, and the Spurs fans might not like this one, especially the ones that only like they can take 3/4 of an apple pie or apple cherry pie and they'll run with that, or take a lot of crumbs with that as well on their plate. It also spells pressure for Tottenham Hotspur. Whatever I think about the players, is not what I'm talking about right now. But the rivals are looking at Tottenham right now, and they're sitting there saying, how are Tottenham, after how many years of mediocrity? Yes, we won Europa League with Ange a year ago, but mediocrity in the league are able to do that when you're seeing the likes of Newcastle, Aston Villa, who have done really well last season, and they're struggling right now to make a signing right now. And that's unfair. But it also puts pressure on Tottenham Hotspur because now we've been given the biggest advantage going. We've looked like now we've got a lot of scope to spend money. We've got owners now that look like they want to put money into the club and really bring us to the promised land right now of the Holy Grail of the Champions League and actually trying to go out and trying to win trophies. So that will end up being pressure. Pressure on the board to deliver on what they promised, but also pressure on the manager, Roberto De Zerbi, and the coaching staff as well. And the expectations of the fans that are coming in will get higher with every single sign that's coming in as well. This is what life is all about. Pressure. Can you handle pressure? And I'm not just talking about one season. I'm talking about multiple seasons. Because that's when you turn into a top team, a top 6 team that is really fierce and the holy grail of Europe and actually noticed in Europe as well. Because the reputation of Tottenham Hotspur is still looked as Spursy. And whether you've got lots of money or not, and we've always had a lot of money, we still have that reputation of being Spursy. And that's why I think I can't take seriously these rivals crying about Tottenham Hotspur making all these signings right now. Because into the season, that reaction will turn into laughing or maybe even saying, I told you so. And saying, well, you haven't got the experience of being a top team yet and consistently top team. You can get your players in, but then you've got to really show it. You can say there's a 5-year plan. We're only into really the first season of the 5-year plan. But the judgment starts right now. The judgment starts when you start making big signings and then people are starting to look the other way, turn the other way. So that's just a quick video from myself showing that really at the end of the day, these rivals are only doing it for clickbait, worrying about Tottenham. These rivals are only going to start laughing at us and saying, you told you so, when we do badly. And some of these rivals are just waiting for us to fail. But also, on the other side, though, they're jealous as well, like your Aston Villas and your Newcastles. And that's why we're the most hated club in the Premier League. What's your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Leave it in the comments. Do you agree, disagree? I'll see you on the next video. And I know you'll enjoy this content because I'm going to try and upload every single day on Tottenham Hotspur. And as always, if you didn't know, get to know, support your boy at Mr. Box Office, subscribe and like, and come on you Spurs. And I'm out.